Hey everybody, welcome to the Muddy Reviews. Today we're reviewing footwear again, and we are reviewing the Keen Targhee, I don't know how to pronounce this shit. The Targhee III hikers. These things are awesome. I actually picked these up because I needed better footwear to wear for my last few months on active duty. The good old podiatrist told me my feet were completely fucked up, and I needed to wear something other than combat boots. So I went with these because one, they looked good in uniform. Two, they offered all the support I needed. And three, I could use them for work and airsoft. So, bam, here you go. First video I did of this actually got corrupted. I did a few months back. And now we are sitting here in the month of August. I've had them for almost 6 months now. They're pretty dirty, pretty dusty, pretty gross. I can give you a much better review. So I'm kind of happy that the video did get corrupted. So let's jump into them, shall we? So these, like I said, are the Keen Targhee IIIs. And these are an older model. They actually have Targhee II, which is older than these, and I believe the newest one of the Targhee IVs or something to that effect. And these things are pretty cool. So the Targhees are Keen's mid-range-ish hiker. What I like about these and what made me go with these is one, they come in a wide, which some of my other preferred hikers don't. Two, they have a very wide toe box, which you can't really tell by looking at them straight out here. Let's move them to the proper footing. But the toe box is quite wide. If I had my other hiker that weren't packed, you'd be able to see them. But the toe box is pretty wide. I'll pull one of the insoles out here. Might be able to kind of make it out by the insole compared to a normal insole, but you can see how kind of wide and chunky looking they are. Boom. These are custom insoles, but either way, yeah, there you go. So these guys here, they are leather and a rubberized outsole. Also have a Keen Dry, I think is what they call it. It's their waterproofing. Pretty cool system here. It's not Gore-Tex, but it does the same damn thing, basically. And it's a waterproof membrane. It's breathable. It lets vapor out, so it's kind of a vapor barrier. Lets it out, and it's not going to let water in. Now, mind you, your tongue splits right here, right about your last two eyelets. It splits out, so water would get through right about there. But anything below that, you're going to be good to go with that waterproofing. So that's kind of cool. Pair these with some gaiters, you're going to be even better off. So that is a huge plus. The leather is really nice. According to their website, the leather is what do they call it, like environmentally preferred leather or something to that effect. They said it was environmentally preferred premium leather from an LWG certified tannery. I don't know what that means. I kind of don't care, but I'm sure somebody out there does care. And if that matters to you, there you go. You got that information, and do with that what you will. Overall, though, the leather is nice. It's padded in the areas you want it padded, kind of protect your foot. The areas up here in the cuff of the ankle, it's padded, but it's not too padded. Now, I've had hikers from Merrill in the past, like I think it was my Sawtooth. It was really thick, much thicker back here. I didn't like them. It just felt like too much. I would get hot, it would get uncomfortable, and they would get a little stiffer than I liked. It would just cause hot spots. These have not done that to me yet. I do like the slight divot here. It's not too much. It has just enough give, but just enough support to offer the protection I personally like and personally want. The bottom outsole is quite nice. It's Keen All-Terrain. It's their high traction rubber outsole, multi-directional lugs, yada, yada, yada. Lugs aren't too aggressive, but they're aggressive enough, meaning they're not going to hold on to dirt as aggressively as some outsoles will. And sometimes the more aggressive your lugs get, the more they're going to hold on to things. And then it's just going to turn your boot into an ice skate when it gets too muddy and too crappy. This has been pretty good about shedding stuff out of it. I've worn these in, excuse me, mud, dirt, rock, everything. I am retired now. I'm out of the service. I did wear these for my last 3 months on active duty. I was doing nothing remotely cool. I was a complete office bitch. I was a pogue and living that life. But I did wear them every day at work, which was nice because I got to experience them as just a standard footwear. And now where I live, though, it is very remote. I am living in a rural area. It is dirt roads, rocky, rural terrain, and these are fantastic for that. As you can see, like I said at the beginning, they're pretty dirty because I've been using them and wearing them about as such. Fantastic shoes for airsofting in because they're going to protect my feet. They're going to keep them dry when it's just a little damp or a little wet. They're going to keep them from getting too sweaty when it's hot. Now, I will say this, when it got into the well upper hundreds here in Texas, I did get a little sweaty. My feet got a little moist, but it wasn't too terrible. And with a good pair of premium merino wool socks, I didn't get crazy swampy feet. But there was a little bit of moisture, seeing as how they are waterproof hikers. That just kind of comes with the territory, is what it is. The laces aren't too bad. I don't mind them. I'm not a huge fan of these round laces. I personally have experienced with the rounded type laces where they can dig and cause pressure points. I usually swap my laces out for like gutted 550 cord to get a nice flat lace. I haven't done that with these yet. I don't know if I'm going to need to. We shall see. But they hold and they stay tightened and they stay tied. I had issues with, I think it was my OTBs, where the stock laces would loosen over time and they would never want to stay tied, and I eventually swapped them out. And I had that with my Rocky boot, combat boots. Same thing. I swapped my laces out for 550 cord for that exact reason. The rubberized outsole on the toe is pretty nice. I like this. It's been very aggressive. It's done really well with rocks. Some people have complained on forums I've seen talk about how this would separate over time and cause an issue. I have yet to experience that. Time will tell here coming up in the winter in Texas if this is going to be bad and an issue, and how well these will take, especially when I get to play more airsoft and get out and start using these a little more aggressively than I have used them up to date. So we'll see. For my mill guys, only thing I can say on these that might be an issue is these silver things here. These are reflector strips. If you're trying to be sneaky, well, that's not going to be great. If light hits those, they are going to reflect. Cover those up with black marker or paint if you have to. But if you're just a hiker or a regular dude, that's kind of nice, I guess. Lets people know, hey, look at me, I'm here. Please don't run me over with your car. So that's always a bonus. Or I'm lost on the trail. Please find me. Help me. So that's kind of nice. But if you need to, you could cover those up. The tongue of the boot is nice. It's not overly padded like some I've had. I had original Converse assault boots back in the day, and the tongue was like stupid padded, and it made them really hot to wear, and I hated them for that. So I eventually got rid of them when I was in Iraq on my first tour. This tongue is not nearly that aggressively padded. I do like this little piece of like leather right here, where this the laces cross. It stops the laces from digging into the top of your foot and creating a hot spot. That is a nice touch. Good job, Keen. That is one of the areas that I always had issues with and reasons I would swap my laces out. And that's why I think I haven't had a problem yet with these laces, and why I may not have wanted to switch them. That's because that little piece of leather is there, and that's kind of nice. Top little eyelet here is not closed off. It is a little hook eyelet. Don't quote me on this, but as far as I have been told in the past and seem to understand it, that would make these not desirable for airborne operations because of that. I think for airborne operations, you want that eyelet completely closed off from what I've read up in the past, but I don't know if that's like a standard nowadays. So do with that information as you will. I'm sure most of you airsoft guys are not jumping out of planes. Ignore the chihuahua. Like I talked about the bottom, the bottom soles are quite good, and they're kind of dirty, but that's what we want in a review. We want to see if these have been used. That's really all I got to say about these. They're nice. They're comfortable. They are a wide. Like I said, they came in wide. That was one of the reasons I got them. And they have a very wide toe box. That was the other reason I got them. I needed something that would let my toes spread. And that is why I went with these. Because my feet, after 20 years of doing all the shit I've done, and especially standing watch and standing gait, on and off, are completely destroyed. So these things are a godsend. So if you got bad feet, look at the Targhees, Targhee IIIs. You might like them. Get good soles, good insoles. If you can get some custom ones like I got, thank you, DoD. Can't say that very often, but I will say on that one, get them because they're worth it. Other than that, that's all I got, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys got something out of this review and this video. Until next time, get out there, LARP smarter, not harder. Make sure you take care of your feet because they're the only feet you got. And get good footwear, especially for airsofters. If you're going to spend a bunch on your little toy gun, spend a bunch on your feet. I'll see you in the next one.